What's up, guys? We're here with a first time video of me building our first streaming computer. I'm very happy. It came all the way from China. We finally get to put it together today. Remember, guys, if you like this build, make sure you click the subscribe button and make sure to watch out for any other videos we have. Without further ado, let's get an intro. So I chose to start with the Ryzen 7 3700X. It's an 8-core, 16-thread processor. It was the only one I could afford at the time, and I was definitely scared about putting it in. Next up, we have the Corsair Vengeance RGB Pro. It's 16 gigs altogether, but having 4 sticks of RAM makes it 32. So we're going to put 4 of those in. This is what it should look like. For the fastest boot to Windows, I chose the Samsung 970 Evo Plus M.2. It's 500 gigs and probably about the easiest thing to install. For the tower, I chose the Nzxt H510, and I love that black and red, so those were the cool colors I chose. Next up is installing the IO shield, and all you have to do is press on all 4 corners and it snaps right in. Next up are the RVG Fans by Nzxt. I got 2 of them, and they were actually a second piece of cake to install. Once I got both fans out, it was just as easy as getting both fans in and turn them to the right orientation. For the motherboard, I chose the Tomahawk Max 2 B450. For storage, I chose the GeForce Delta RGB 500GB, and we're going to be putting 2 on both sides just so we don't run out of space at any time. And if you can, try to get yourself an electric screwdriver. They just help out so much more with the actual assembly. For the cooler, I chose the Kraken X53 240mm liquid cooler with RGB. And there you have it, the pre-installed thermal paste. Always make sure you have your fans in the right orientation. This is going to be put on the front, so we'll make sure to bring in air. And then the other fans will be pointing out as an exhaust. The 4 screws for the cooler are very important, and you want to put them aside until you need them. The cooler didn't give me too much issue. It was more or less just getting the lines in the right orientation. After that, it was just making sure I screwed everything in a cross pattern, making sure I didn't stress out the motherboard or the CPU. Looking good so far. Make sure to take care of all the cables and tuck them in nice and neat right behind the motherboard, making sure not to leave anything sticking out. For my power supply, I chose the Nzxt C750 ATX Pc. And let me tell you, this is a beauty. Look at the box. Now I spent a lot of time plugging in a lot more cables than I actually needed, but that's because I didn't read the instructions and try to do my own thing. Don't do it, guys. Read the instructions. After that, connect your wires. So for some reason, it took much longer for the RVG controller to actually get here for my fans to work, so I actually didn't get to power the system on for the first time until right now. Next up, we have the TPLink AX 3000. It's a Wi-Fi 6 Bluetooth 5.0 card. And let me tell you, if I had read anything, I would have known I could have bought a motherboard with a card and not wasted my time and space in my PC. Again, don't be like me. For my GPU, I was able to get the MSI GeForce RTX 2060. It's a pretty good GPU, and for the most part, I had to wait a month to get this GPU. So I am grateful that I actually got one, because everything else was just about out of stock or unavailable, or you're never getting it. Dream on. First boot. Look here, guys, to see the specs. We do see that it's a Ryzen 7 3700X 8-core processor. Our RAM is doing the advertised speed, and that's a big deal. Our PC staying very cool with the CPU and motherboard temperature. I have already updated the BIOS. There you have it. Completely built PC, and I have to say, I'm pretty proud of myself. I never thought I could do something like this. I taught myself this, and within a couple of weeks, I got all the parts. In less than a month, I built myself my first streaming PC. I guess now we can game with it, you know? God, please. And hopefully we can upgrade our graphics card later on and try to get a 30 series. We know those are hard to find. But I am so happy that you guys were here to join me. This was such a fun experience. I want to do this again. Like and subscribe. Thanks for following the channel. Peace.